What is up, guys? I am inside of a vehicle and not in a room, and that makes me a more unique content creator. So today we are going to be talking about panda bears. No, this is not the Discovery Channel. This is about TikTok. And for those who don't know, when I say panda bears, I am talking about men who pander. I don't know what it is about these panda bears on TikTok, but they are really evolving. They're getting better and better every week, and genuinely it's getting more fascinating watching them move throughout society, stay uncovered, but still manage to get women to sit there and comment on every video and agree with them. The worst one by far, the one that really caught my attention, the one that honestly, if there's an award for biggest panderer, is going to be winning the award. He's runner-up. Tom Brady, sit aside. Is this man Trell the trainer? So if he's not in the gym, he's training you on how to work your way into women's lives by doing some of the most outrageous things. I'm gonna play a quick video of his.
How to properly open a door for a woman. My grandmother taught me that women should absolutely never touch door handles. You want to get out in front, you open the door, give her space, and kindly ask her to go through. Let's say the door.
This is the kind of theme that we're going to be seeing in his videos. And I'm going to play a few other ones, but this is the theme that we're seeing here. You need to know how to properly open the door, because there's a difference between if you open the door properly versus improperly. Now, a lot of people think it is a simple process. You think, oh my God, I just grab the handle, I open it. Completely common mistake. We don't have Trell the trainer to be sitting there giving us the proper advice, which is, I don't know, wear clothes that make it seem like there's a hot air balloon inside of you. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Am I really one to talk? But the comment section of these videos is really what gets to me. Look at this one that's complaining that the sidewalk rule is too far gone. The rule that women can't even walk on the correct side of the sidewalk because of, I don't know, a car coming and driving into us. What would I do in this situation? Whether I'm on the right or left, we're all dead. Going to his next video, which I know you were probably thinking, all right, now we learned how to hold a door. We know how to hold a door, but what happens if that door is an elevator? It's a completely different process. So let's see that.
How to properly hold the elevator door for a woman. When entering an elevator, you should go first. You hold the door, give her space to enter. You as the man, you press the elevator buttons for everybody that's on the elevator. Let's say you're exiting the elevator.
So I already have some issues here. So me personally, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna be an innovator of this whole pandering movement. I say you let the women go first. I say you let the woman go first because you're kind of being rude by just crossing in front of her. And also, I like how he says, you gotta hold the door, and he's holding nothing. There's nothing there. There's no elevator. You're holding in the process of just in case the elevator shuts, but there are sensors on elevators, so I do think that that one's a little bit extra performative in my opinion.
Remember, it's your job to press the buttons on the elevator for everybody else that's on the elevator.
So I don't know what to do in this situation. What if there's multiple men that are in this elevator, and now you have asserted your dominance over all of the other men by pressing the buttons for them? This one could get quite complex, but thank God we do have Trell the trainer to walk us through this one.
The gentleman, once the elevator door opens, you hold the elevator door, you allow her to exit first to give her space, and then you exit.
So when the elevator door, when she's exiting, you do have to allow her to go first. But on the entrance, this is gonna be hard to remember. So I hope you guys have your notes out. I hope you guys are writing all of this down.
You don't just walk on the elevator and stand in the way and not give her space.
Thank God he said that that's not what we do, because I was thinking what I normally do is I walk in the elevator and I guard the door and I make sure nobody can get in, because typically that's just my natural reaction, to go in elevators and then make sure nobody else can come in. We're moving on to somebody else now that kind of gives me the same vibe. I have never seen this guy before, but when I looked up pandering men, this video really did stick out to me. A period is not an excuse to have an attitude. And then list out vagina cramps, bigger appetite. Let's just stop right there. I don't know, am I being a little bit ignorant by saying I didn't know that the cramps are vagina cramps? I thought they were just cramps, like when you run. But are they specifically, are they there? Intense cravings, abdominal cramps, sore nipples and breasts, mood swings, nausea. We get the point. The reality is the same logic could be applied if girls are like, oh, men are aggressive, and then it's like testosterone increases your anger, increases your sex drive. This, just because you have a hormone that's making you feel something doesn't mean you just get to feel that way and inconvenience other people. And then he literally says in the beginning of the video, it's not an excuse to have an attitude. He names it flatulence. Like flatulence. That's why you have an attitude. Oh, you don't understand it. I'm just being rude right now because I have flatulence. What are we doing? The next guy, and I really dislike this guy because he goes viral a lot, and it's so crazy because he's framing so many videos that are, in my opinion, so clearly misogynistic as good things, and women comment on it and they're like, yes, if more men thought like this. Here's this video of him describing in a way that makes it sound really nice and polite that, have you ever looked at your woman and realized I need to make more money because she's so attractive?
Ever look at your girl and realize you gotta get rich now? Like, it's not even optional at this point. She's too pretty.
So it's so crazy to me, and BRS already stitched this video because women really watch this and they're like, oh my God, yes, that's me. Do you not understand? You are literally resorting back to the very thing that was causing the issue in the first place. You're making yourself seem like an object. Oh, well, the more attractive ones, they're more expensive. And he makes multiple videos all saying this stupid misogynistic stuff that people like somehow think it's empowering. The next guy that I have always disliked, and I didn't even realize this until I was making the video, is this guy. He goes by the name Mr. Chloe Juliet. And then I realized halfway through, and he made a video about it, he has his wife as his username. So on top of him making these pandering videos where he makes all these videos talking about like, well, it's a man's job to make his wife's life easier, and if you don't do that, which it's like, yes, I guess you want to make your partner's life easier, but like, why doesn't that same logic apply to you? Why doesn't the whole, oh, you want your partner to have an easier life whole rule apply to you, but it only applies to you making your wife's easier, and God forbid you want your wife to do something to make your life easier?
Women will literally risk it all to bring a child into this world, and men say, so what? Then these men turn around and expect these women to worship them for not being a worse husband?
I get the sentiment, but it's so obviously performative. To be fair, I don't want children, and there's a lot of women out there that are going to like this video and they don't even want children. And on top of that, nobody's forcing you to have a child. They'll sit there and make a decision of, I want to raise a child, I want to do this, and then they'll try to leverage the obvious expectations that are going to come when you agreed to have a child. You agreed and you're like, well, I have to get pregnant, I have to do this. It's literally the equivalent if I took a job and somebody was like, hey, do you want to go work and lay down concrete? And I was like, sure, I'll do that. And then I'm complaining about, well, you made me work in the sun, and it comes with the job. You wanted to be a mother, and then you're like, mad that you had to be pregnant and birth the child. I didn't create this. I'm not him.
My wife makes no compromises in our marriage, no sacrifices. And that's how it should be, because marrying me was supposed to make her life better.
In this video of my wife doesn't make any sacrifices, why does she not make any sacrifices and you do? This is my point. It's so obviously performative, and there's so many men like this where they have to almost overcompensate for the fact that, in my opinion, they're never going to get a woman that's willing to actually do the same things that they are willing to do for them. They're always going to make it seem like, oh, it's because I'm being a real man, or they know deep down that it's like they had to put the same expectations that is put on them on their wife. They would not have a girl. They wouldn't have a wife. And it's sad. I didn't even catch the fact that then he was getting a bunch of shit for the fact that his username is his wife's name.
Men make fun of my username because it's my wife's name. And they talk about how it's a sign that I'm being controlled and disrespected. Women almost always take their husband's last name.
I get the whole sentiment about, I don't really care if my metaphorical wife takes my last name. Don't really care. But it's just the principle of the fact that you're making pandering videos. Clearly just trying to get women to like it. And then on top of that, your wife is your username. It just literally seems like you don't have a single bone in your body that's willing to stand up for something that is harmful towards men. It is always going to be something with women. But again, anyways, that's going to wrap up my video. If you like this video, then buy me another Tesla so that I can keep making videos in different Teslas. Make sure that you go tell one of the pandering men, and then maybe they'll make a video on something I can improve on. But that's all I got for you today. But have a good day.